So it was nothing short of shocking when we found out that more than 1/3 of Jamaica's nursing homes are unregistered. Wow. Let's talk with you, Professor Denise Aldemar about this. By the way, we tried to get a representative from the Ministry of Health, but we were unsuccessful there. Morning, ma'am. Always so good to see you.
Good morning.
Nursing home or just a home that when my mother get old, I want to just put her in a place. Is there a difference there?
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference. And in fact, even the regulations and the guidelines speak to community and private facilities.
Right.
And in it, it will tell you that, separate and apart from the Nursing Home Act.
Right.
And what is important, and I think this is where a lot of people don't appreciate the difference, the definition of a home is one in which the operator provides boarding with or without food. The operator is not providing care.
That's not what we're talking about here.
Well, we don't know because none of us know the details of this home. So I'm not sure whether it was in fact a home or a nursing home. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's be specific now. What about the nursing homes?
We'll have to get the paper.
Yeah, what about the nursing homes?
No, the nursing homes are specific, and that act has been around since 1934, so it's not new.
Right.
June 1934. And this is the Nursing Home Registration Act. And this is one that is used or intended to be used and provide nursing care for persons suffering from any sickness, injury, or infirmity.
Okay.
It includes psychiatric homes and maternity homes, by the way. It's not just for seniors.
Okay, so this is what we're talking about today, that some of these homes are not registered.
Yes.
Oh, how difficult it is to be registered.
It's not difficult. Registration for these homes, well, obviously been around from 1934. There was a effort about 15 years ago, and don't hold me to the 15 versus 13, because that's when the differences were clearly set out, to try and get them to be registered. And the ministry set up a whole division to go and inspect. Now, homes have to be inspected under the Public Health Act as well. So there's actually two sets of inspections. And this is when this was clearly set out, and they had guidelines for setting up homes. They even have those for setting up nursing homes or similar facilities. So the ministry actually has put out all the paperwork, and you can download it.
Yeah.
But I think what has happened is that as we have become more of an aging society, people have seen this as an opportunity without recognizing that it's not just an opportunity to make money. It is a very expensive venture.
Yeah.
Looking after older people that have become infirmed, you're talking about incontinent pads, you're talking about round-the-clock care, you're talking about a doctor on call because anything can happen at 2 o'clock in the morning. And it is actually very expensive. And therefore, it's not easy to maintain in terms of cost.
Oh.
And of course, a lot of society cannot afford that cost.
Yeah.
But there is a need. So homes are springing up and they are being utilized because persons have a need.
And they can't afford.
And they can't afford the good ones.
I'm trying to figure out where do we strike a balance, Doc, because as you said, people are living longer, and so the need is there.
Yes.
Does the government say, well, we're taking control of it, and so if you're going to establish a home, you can't? Or I'm trying to figure out because do I just get up and say, look, I want to do a home, and then I go to the government and say and tick off the things them and say, yeah, man, this is what I'm going to do, and then maybe I don't do it.
It's a catch-22.
Where are the regulators? Do people visit the homes?
But you have to know about them.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
Because once you go to government, they will send somebody and they do ticket. Now, the actual follow-up after could be, there's problems with that because of staffing. But what are you going to do? I mean, are you going to drive around the country looking to see, does that look like it's a home?
Yeah.
And the other thing is a lot of them, because some of them that I've been to, when you look at the front of the place, there's nothing to indicate that there's a nursing home behind you.
This is like a regular home.
It looks like a regular home. So it's really a catch-22.
The ministry has only 2 inspectors overseeing all nursing homes island-wide.
In the entire country?
Yes.
That can't make no sense.
No, it doesn't.
Just 2?
But again, you have public health inspectors. So the thing is that there are systems that can be drawn on. Clearly it does need a relook and it needs to be reorganized.
I'm almost scared to ask this question, but again, in preparing, it says inadequate resources are putting aging residents at risk because best practices are being compromised. So what you're hearing going on in these?
Now that I'm hearing as a home for the elderly, I'm not hearing that as a nursing home because it says a resident, it doesn't say a patient.
What is happening that shouldn't be happening though?
What, specific to nursing homes or in general, what is happening is that we're not putting enough resources at family level, community level, and government level. And resources now is not just finance.
Yeah, to respond to the
To
fact that more
respond to
people
the
are
aging of the population. Do both of you know what to expect?
No.
That's why I say we have to start at the family. What have you written down? Do your family members know what you want if something happens to you tomorrow? Have you designated who is to look after you if you need looking after tomorrow? So even starting there.
But also, you raised something very critical this morning, is that there's a difference
Yes.
in a nursing home and a home for the elderly. I think the public doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them are walking up to regular homes and expecting to receive nursing home care.
So somebody who has a stroke, who is going to need 2-hourly turning, who is going to need incontinent pads, who is going to need a special diet.
It's not a home for the elderly
It's not a
person.
home for the elderly. They need a nursing home. That's why you're not keeping them at home, because you can't manage that diet. You can't manage the blending of the food. What happens if they have swallowing difficulties? What happens if they're choking?
Yeah.
What happens if they can't, as I say, swallow, they're going to get pneumonia? It's an important difference.
Bed sores and
some,
other
give me some
things.
solutions here.
The solutions are, for me, you have to start at the family. And let us recognize, and I was speaking to Teresa, she was going out, loneliness is the #1 problem of older people. We got that in 1989, we got it again in 2012. So there is a need for these homes because older people are living alone at home, and that in itself is going to can cause. Not everybody wants to live alone, they want company. We all want to talk.
Or we need some community
We need
activities.
community
for the
activities. So I
age.
think, and it is one thing, let me be fair to the ministry, that they are looking at. We need to look at a comprehensive program. But the foundation of that program has got to be education. Education of people as to what to expect. You're going to live 25 years after 60, you know. You know what to expect. You can deal with the wonky knee. You can deal with the forgetfulness. So how are you going to prepare? How are you going to do the stimulation? And how are your family members? Okay, so that's that. Then you may need some care. Whether it's social care, we need more community centers. We have these community centers. We need to put programs into them. We need the churches. The churches no longer have the visiting programs because old people are not sick and in bed. It's only 10%. So can we have community activities for stimulation? Can we do a little domino? Can we do a little whatever, craft?
Yeah.
And then the ministry has to tighten up.
We have to go. Do we have enough nursing homes in Jamaica, registered or unregistered?
I think
have
I think if we registered all of them, we do, because the Jamaican society doesn't want to go there. What they want is a community trained person to visit and bring them food and come in and bathe them.
Okay. Good to see you.
You too.
Good to see you. All right. As I said, a little bit scary. You were Professor Denise Shearer. We actually worked with my mom, so
Yes.
she knows what she's talking about. Good to see
And
you.
so do you.
Good to see you. Soon come.